Welcome to our project explanation, where we try to explain projects to you from a business perspective as well as a technical perspective. So today we are going to discuss about a project where we are looking at the price prediction of coal and iron ores. But for today's session, our specific focus is going to be just on the coal ore price prediction. So joining us today, we have a member of our data specialist team who is driving the effort for this project. Okay, so Amir, good evening and welcome.
Hi, Aditya. Good evening.
Amir, let's not waste everyone's time. Let's jump directly into the project. So why don't you explain the business understanding phase of our project?
All right. So, as you can see in the survey, our client is making procuring code on procuring code. Rather than buying the code, they wanted to forecast on what might be the gold price. Because of external factors and some economic conditions, gold prices are slightly increasing, decreasing in the time period. That's the issue in the gold price. They wanted to trust. They want to bring this problem to us, overcome this problem, give a better solution for the gold prices in the future, considering external factors. So our main objective is to minimize gold procurement cost. Okay, and consider this now. Taken consideration the global market volatility and uncertainty. Yeah. So, of course, we will have business success data. Reduce the procurement cost by yes 10%. Business success criteria is looking at we have to achieve accuracy of at least 20%, so that our client is including us will satisfy on the critical numbers. And because it's already success data, we have to look into that condition as well. They have to achieve at least $1 million. This is the problem that we are going to deal with.
Okay. So, Amir, this is a proposed project architecture for the work that you're doing. So, can you just walk everyone through all the steps that are being undertaken here?
So, yes, yeah, I can explain. So, as you can see,
Yeah, Amir, I think your audio is having some issues. Can you just check that once, please?
yeah, yeah. Hope it's fine now.
Yes, much better.
So, in the initial stage, we have to first analyze the business problem. Okay. Then the data source comes into the picture. Okay, what might be the data we will choose, and what kind of data we have to choose. Okay, our data should be have a date column, which is most necessary to forecast whatever, either it is gold price or iron ore price, whatever. Date column is must. Then what we will do once the data collection is done, we will save the data to the database. As you can see, the database such as PostgreSQL as well as S3 bucket, which is in AWS condition. Then we will force the data to our Python environment or Power BI tools or Tableau to visualize the data. To analyze the data and see the standardization, certainty, reliability of the data. Then, of course, after analyzing the data, we will push our entire focus cleaning the data. Okay. So, data might have some missing value, but according to the domain, The data is nothing but consider that.
Yeah, Mira, seem to think we have lost your voice again. Yeah, apologies for that, everyone. All right, so maybe I'll just walk everyone through what we are looking at here. So as Amir said, the first step that we must undertake is that we must try to do our business understanding phase. Once you do the business understanding, you'll come to the data understanding. Now, talking about data understanding, it is a very, very paramount step because data understanding plays a major role in the future steps which we will be taking. So the data that we have here is a structured tabular data, which means that we can use a traditional SQL databases for storing this data. Now, one of the key aspects about this data is that it is a time series data. So you cannot just directly use your regular pre-processing steps. You have to handle missing values based on time series. You have to deal with outliers based on time series. So this is a very, very important point that we need to remember. That talking about our model selection. The model selection, of course, since time series does fall under the supervised approach, we will be doing our train test split. But at the same time, we'll be looking at our time series analysis, looking at lag plots, etc., trying to understand the relationship between time and its various modules. We will be using forecasting techniques, black box techniques, and ensemble techniques as part of our model selection phase. Then we're going to be looking at regular monitoring and logging, which is, understanding how our data and algorithms are interacting. Okay. Then we have hyperparameter tuning and ensemble techniques, which are designed to help us improve the results of the model. We will be looking at evaluation techniques like MAPE, which stands for mean absolute percentage error. MAPE is a very, very common way of evaluating our time series data because it gives us a very good relationship between the predicted values and the actual values. Of course, we are also going to be looking at lag plots and other such things. We are going to be looking at, auto-regressive models as well. Okay. Then we are going to be doing cross-validation for improving our model results. And finally, deployment will be done on Streamlit, then on cloud-based platform. And we will also put in our monitoring and maintenance steps here, which will allow for the model to retrain and update. And then, of course, we have our end user machine. So I hope, Amir, that was a decent explanation in your place.
True, Aditya, whatever you explained is true. But there's a one thing that I want to tell everyone.
Okay.
We also consider external factors. What might be affecting gold prices and what will be the next step to predict the actual gold prices. Because as you know, there was a war going on in Russia and Ukraine. Because of that, oil prices are still fluctuating. We have to consider that political reason as well. And considering weather conditions, because we might see the condition of weather nowadays, how hot it's going. So government definitely brings some policies regarding coal emission, carbon emission. So factories and all companies should have to consider that. There are the challenging area for us in building any kind of model. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for adding that point, Amir. And thank you so much for joining today and giving us an explanation for this project. So before we sign off, I would like to talk about the various free services that we offer. We offer challenging real-time projects like the one you just saw to push you to your limits. We give you the opportunity to learn about all the phases of project methodology. We learn about different tools that are used in the industry like Python, Power BI, etc. And we work on research papers in international journals. You'll also get access to tools like MindMap, ML Architecture Assistant, Resume Mapper, and Animated Learning. So from everyone here at 360 DigiTMG, thank you so much for joining. And please do follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn for further such content. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.